Hi Aries, how are you doing today? Welcome to your reading, and this is timeless for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node, or if you've got strong Aries placements in your chart, and perhaps also if you've got strong placements in the first house, but for Aries energy. And we're going to be looking at relationship tensions. So what's been happening in a relationship that's important to you, that's very close to you, or that's quite significant at the moment. And it can be any kind of relationship: friendship, family, work colleague, relationship, work, business partner, romantic partnership. I can't remember if I said that. So any kind of relationship, but that's having an impact, but it's something that you want to overcome, something that you want to find a way through with this other person. So let's have a look at what's happening within this connection. We've got retrograde review. So you might feel like things are going backwards. It could feel like everything is going backwards between the two of you. You feel like you're going over the same thing keeps coming up. Let's have a look what's coming up for you. This is a time of reflection, but in that time of reflection could be bringing up a lot of things from the past, could be bringing up a lot of old patterns and behaviors in the relationship and in yourselves individually. A lot of old fears perhaps coming up. Let's have a look at your energy. Okay, so for you, we have moon perception. You're perceiving things in a very different way. That's what's shifting for you. We've got 8th house mystery. Very deep emotional energy for you in this connection that's coming up, or that you've been feeling in this connection. And we've got Ceres nurture. This is to do for you. This is to do with the emotional reciprocation and the emotional understanding that you have, that you perceive in the connection, that you experience and you perceive in the connection. So somebody who is understanding where you're coming from, somebody who can see the emotions that are coming up for you and help you through that. Let's have a look at what is coming up for the other person. What's coming up for the other person in this connection with Aries? Okay. It's a very emotional time for you. Cancer immerse. And we have Aquarius collaborate. And we have solar flares activate. Okay. The person that you are dealing with in this connection is going through a change in how they interact with other people. That is why there's been challenges that's come up, because the changes that they are displaying and the way that they are working with other people, collaborating with other people, including you, but perhaps with other people as well that you're seeing. They're kind of immersing themselves in something's activated. It's activating for them, but what that's doing is I don't feel like there's been a lot of communication from this person. I feel like it's just coming up, and it's made old habits come back in, old ways of being come back in, but it's causing tension. It's like, well, I thought I got over this, and now it feels like we're going completely backwards. And you're in, it's thrown you on an emotional level, because it's been, the reasons why things have been happening has been very unclear. The reason for behaviors, for comments, it's been quite unclear. But what's been happening overall in this connection? What's been happening overall? Got the moon, yeah. Oh, wow. Moon and the Empress. This is nurture and moon, which has come up for you. Okay, two major arcana coming out for the energy of the connection combined. Big emotional movement. You're both digging deep on an emotional level. You're both balancing light and dark, and finding a way to nurture yourself. And at the moment, it could be that it looks like you both need different things in order to feel nurtured, heard, seen, understood, loved, cared for, protected, cherished. So whatever kind of relationship this is, I feel like it's not a lack of emotion, it's just a disconnect from awareness of each other's emotion. Okay. What's your, let's look at their journey. What's their journey right now? And then we'll have a look at yours. New ideas. This is the immersion. Is that the only one that flipped? Yeah, new ideas. We've got the Ace of Swords. They've had clarity, or they've had like an idea, or they're following an impulse with something. What's been their journey? Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant. They have had a spiritual activation, which can sometimes throw the ego. They're being tested on an emotional, on a spiritual level, and could feel quite disconnected from reality right now in some respects. They could be learning something new. This person could also be going through something in their marriage, or if you're married to them, it could be, or a long-term commitment, it could be, this could just be a reflection of that, or it could be, if this is to do with a family member, friend, colleague, it could be, in effect, something they're picking up from a partner, or something they're picking up from somebody that's teaching them something. They are, I feel this is, they're learning their own behavior. They're kind of breaking free of something, and they're trying to be slow and steady in achieving. There's like a growth element with them massively at the moment. And it could be that this person is going out and making new relationships, new connections, and it's affecting how they are behaving with you, or the time you get to spend with them. Let's see what's been happening with you. Yeah, you've been feeling quite defensive. We've got the Nine of Wands. I don't read these in reverse, but sometimes I end up shuffling them the wrong way around. And we've got the Star. You're going through a lot of healing. What else for the viewer, please? Okay, we're going to take all of these. Yeah, you're okay. So you've got the Star and the Nine of Wands. And this is, I feel like where this person is saying, right, I'm going to go and do this thing, you also want to go and do this thing. And you're both trying to achieve something that's personally very important to you, that's a wish. But you're both actually going through something where healing is taking place as well as action, which is very confusing, because you both need time alone to nurture and to do your own thing, without feeling like you need to come back to this connection, to explain yourself. This could also be with a parent for some of you. And we've got the Wheel, which is our perception, Eight of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. For others of you, it feels like, if this is in a romantic connection, or somebody who is dependent on you, it feels like you had a dream to do something, but because this other person has decided to go and do something as well, it means that you can't, or you feel like you can't, with this Eight of Swords. But what Spirit's saying is, it means that you're having to do things differently. So where you might not have as much time, you might not have as much resource, or something has impacted based on what this other person has done. So the person's thrown your plan out with something that they've decided to go and do. But it's the perception of, and I feel like their lack of perception has impacted you emotionally. But it's not, I don't feel like they did it because of that reason. I feel like they did it because they just were impulsive. And that's kind of and they weren't really considering, or they maybe did something, or spent money, or did something without considering you or speaking to you about it. And that's caused a rift. Okay. We've got concentration, Saturn, Gemini. What else is impacting this connection? Yeah, we've got concentration, appreciation. Moon in Leo and Saturn in Gemini. This person went really disconnected, but it doesn't mean that they don't appreciate you at all. Like, deep in their heart space, they absolutely appreciate you. They just followed an impulse without communicating that. And I feel like both of you are very being very fixed in your own on your own journey, which is, it's almost like it's right for you to both be fixed. You both need to be in your own experience of something that doesn't involve the other person. But where you usually would share things, where you'd usually talk about things, where things would be open, it feels closed, and that's what's bringing up the tension. And like any kind of quarreling, petty arguments, we've got Mars in Cancer, which is an uncomfortable energy. You've got this drive for action and this need to be emotionally aware and protective. So you're both feeling very emotional on the inside, but you've got very hard shells on the outside. And this resistance to budge is causing quarrel. Okay, what's been impacting you here? A deeper layer into what's been impacting you. You've got romance. So it could be impacting your romantic life in some way. Fortune. Yeah, you feel like something's been pulled from under you. And what about the other person? What's been happening for the other person? Optimism. Yeah, they've been driven. They've got excited about something. And whoops. Okay. Yeah, eccentricity. We've got a lot of Aquarius energy with this person. And charity. Okay. There was a This has affected how you feel on a romantic level. This has affected your excitement or your lure towards something, to your to what's kind of felt exciting and invigorating, what's felt pleasurable. And for some of you, this is going to be on a romance level, with the Venus energy coming in here, and we've got more Taurus energy. There's a lot of Saturn energy for this person, strong, really strong Aquarius energy. This person is definitely going through transformation, like big transformation, and it's impacting your connection, your relationship. And there's this fortune energy, this desire, this move forward, this fortune energy that I feel like has been kind of swept away, but it's still there. That energy is still there, but the actions of this person or the behavior of this person has kind of like hidden this energy from being visible. And we've got optimism and eccentricity. There's this person is different. It feels like they're going on an adventure. They feel optimistic about something, and that it's been very impulsive. We've got ninth house energy, Sagittarius energy, Moon in Sagittarius. It's emotionally impulsive, and with all of the Saturn energy, there could be like a not seeing from another perspective, and this can feel very detached energy. It's usually this eccentricity is very, with the Aquarius energies, quite like inventor. It's like somebody who's got this brand new idea. He's like, oh, I can change the world type of energy, but hasn't really thought about the impact of what they're doing in terms of your connection. And we've got charity, Cancer. We had more Cancer energy. We've got quite a lot of Cancer energy here, yeah, because it's impacting you both. Taurus Cancer energy, and is impacting you both quite a lot. It doesn't have to be in your sign. It could just be either the season, or it could be in your chart, very strong in your chart. Could be one of your big three, or your North Node, South Node. I feel this. You feel like this person is giving to other people and not giving to you right now. That could be coming up as well. And in some respects they are, because they're not seeing the impact that the decision that they've had on you. And there's a lack of communication because there's like a defense, there's defense that's gone up. Okay, let's have a look at what's hidden underneath the surface here. Let's look at the other person in this connection. Divine masculine, yang masculine energy. Yeah, this person is doing. They're massively in their doing energy. Chemistry, attraction, spark, passion. Yeah, they've been... There's something that this person really wanted to... Sorry, you've got the reflection there. To really wanted to take action on or do, and they have taken a step forward. They still feel this spark and this excitement and this exhilaration with you, but it's coming out in other areas of their life now, where they're taking action because of the confidence that you've given them, which is such a gift. Is there anything else hidden that we need to know about, or that you want the viewer to be aware of? We've got abandoned, left out, walked away, cold. This person is worried that they're going to be left out in the cold, that they're going to be... This person, even though this person, it feels like they've detached from you, their fear is actually detachment and disconnect. They don't want their ship to sail away. They've got this really positive idea, this really positive move, but they haven't gone about it maybe in the most sensitive way when other people are... They haven't thought about the impact of other people around them. And I feel that's been the downfall here for this person. What about you? What's underneath that we need to bring to the surface for you? Yeah, you're divine feminine, divine masculine. So you're in the feminine energy, the yin feminine energy, which is obviously where we're at, because we've got a lot of emotion coming up, and we've got a lot of this, the feeling side of things, the intuitive side of things. What else for the viewer, please, Spirit? What else for the viewer? This doesn't mean this does not mean feminine, female or male, or however you identify. This is to do with the energy that you're displaying at the moment. You're in your yin side and they're in their yang side, because they're taking action and you're feeling emotions about it. We've got boundaries and bluff. Pretending, mask, exaggeration. I feel like you've been saying I'm totally fine, and you're not fine, because you don't want to be, perhaps because you don't want to be accused of being too emotional, or you don't want any judgment based on how you're feeling, because actually you feel really raw and vulnerable. So you've been you've kind of been bluffing to say that you're okay when you're not okay, and that's where this Nine of Wands, this defensive energy, is coming in. And we've got boundaries, no, drawing the line, and enough. I feel like these boundaries are not the boundaries that should be in place. What Spirit's saying here is draw boundaries that are healthy boundaries. So where it's impacting you, draw the line and say, look, I can't take on doing all of this stuff while you're out on your adventure. I need you to meet me in the middle somewhere, because I feel that's where the disconnect is happening. What's hidden in the middle? What's hidden in the collective energy here? What's hidden in collective energy? Yeah, confessions and apology. This is what's hidden on both sides down the line here, down the middle, or the collective energy, the connected energy. We've got apology, forgiveness, return, sorry, and confessions, unveiling, coming clean in messages. So both people need to be honest about how they're actually feeling, because both people aren't being honest about how they're feeling, and it's making you both feel very perhaps anxious, and it's making you both feel disconnected from each other. So I think it's about just really being honest, and for both people to say sorry for how they've dealt with the situation. So it's like, sorry if what I've done has made you feel like that, and sorry if you can't understand, or I haven't expressed myself clearly, or whatever that feels like. It doesn't have to be, it's not about doing anything wrong, it's just about recognizing the emotions in the other. Okay, let's have a look at spiritual journey. Where are we at spiritual journey wise? Let's look at them. We'll do them, you, and then together. Them first. Yeah, okay, they're here somewhere. 21st path, the Wheel of Fortune, quest, and abundance. They're definitely on this quest. They're on this adventure, on this journey. Got a lot of Sagittarius energy, Aquarius energy coming through for this person. they are on this, they're in expansion mode, but I feel like the thing is here to see, for them to see the impact of that on the connection. What about you? High Priestess, 13th path, true knowledge, peace, inner light. This, funny enough, this energy here with the High Priestess really makes me feel strong Sagittarius energy. It's Pisces associated energy, but it's the direction, it's the arrow. And this is, we've got Jupiter, which is Sagittarius energy. You're both you're both experiencing different things and meant to learn different things through the same situation, which is perhaps why it feels really confusing, because you're on complete opposite, and realize that you can both have the same thing and it looks very different on the outside. You can both have this deep connection, this deep understanding, this soul tribe connection. And I feel like you both, you do have, because you've got this feminine masculine mirroring coming out. So it's like you're counterparts of each other in some way. You really help each other. There's this deep bond between you, but you are on a path of inner peace and inner healing, and this person is on a path of, at the moment, on a path of expressing in the physical world what their experience. This is all about taking action for them, and this is all about your self-care, nurture, and emotional regulation, emotional understanding. Okay. Oh no, we didn't do the connection. Let's have a look at the connection. The element of, yeah, communication. This is all about communication. We've got the element of air, thoughts, mind, communication. This is, you're both learning how to communicate when things are heightened, when you've got massive heightened energy, heightened emotions, how to, and that's the key in this connection. Let's look at this, you, let's look at you now. What are we moving from and to? What are we moving from and to? What are we moving from and to? For the viewer, please, Spirit, from and to. Okay. And to, what are we moving to? Yeah, this, okay, so you're moving from the feeling, you're moving from feeling like you are not resourceful, or that you feel worried perhaps about doing things on your own. You feel worried about the journey on your own. You feel worried about holding everything on your own, to actually being super resourceful, to being collaborative and balanced. You're finding something that is in balance right now. We've got the camel and the hyena. There is, you're also learning how to communicate before you get to the point where you're angry. And feeling like you can't, that you're not resourceful, or that you can't do something, to you actually can absolutely do it on your own. And you can find, you can work in a way with people around you and collaborate without having to feel like you have to lead. It's like the feeling is that actually the responsibility is all on your shoulders, and that is causing a lot of discomfort, emotional discomfort. So this person, we've got the elephant. And where are they going to? Where are we going to? Where are we going to? Huh. Okay, so this person's got the eagle. So you're, okay, the connection. What about the connection? Oh, okay. There's a lot happening in your connection. Huh. Okay. We've got peacock, butterfly, and stingray. So this is about this is really, this is earth, and this is not earth, sorry, this is your very earth based energy, and this is all about transforming uh from a display type conversation into an emotional aligned way, in an emotionally aware way, being very aware of emotions but not being led by them, but being very aware of them. This is about aligning fully your transformation together as individuals. You're both going through something quite powerful alongside each other, but where you need to do it on your own and not with the other person. But the other person is triggering you. That's what's happening. It feels very individual. Your journeys feel very individual, but it's necessary to be together. If that makes any sense. I am not doing this too well. Let me move these up here, because all I'm going to do is keep spinning these. Okay. And this person is very much needs to see things from a higher perspective. They want to see more. It's like they've been shut down and only see what's around them. They've only been aware of what's around them. They've been actually on very familiar pathways. So they've only ever done things a certain way, and now they're really branching out, which is why we've got this expansion energy. They're ready to spread their wings and fly, but what's needed for them is communication. They need to move forward with the passion that they feel, with the wisdom that they've got, with this. It's like they're following a legacy as well. They've got this legacy or something that they're either moving away from a legacy or moving towards a legacy, but to do with like legacy and ancestry, and really starting new things. We've got the eagle, which is also about new beginnings. But this person is trying to delve deeper into their mind realm. So they're learning something new. They're trying to do something new. They are learning something, or they're doing something they've never done before, and they're having to learn as they go. And it can make them a bit flighty. But it's for them, it's all about putting wisdom into practice, which also includes the relationship with you, the connection with you, the communication with you. And the communication here, it's them communicating before they've gone too far, and for you it's communicate in terms of action, to explain and just to share. And for you it's communicating before it gets to an anger state, and not allowing ego to get in the way of communication. So not communicating through ego. That could look like, I feel really hurt, I want to go and do this thing, but what about me? What about the impact on me? What about the responsibilities that you share, or you have, or that you something. And this could be this really feels like it could be any type of relationship. You've both been cocooning, but you've needed time on your individually. You've needed time on your own. But there's with the spiritual energy here, it's like you are on different paths, but supporting each other, which is such a healthy relationship, such a gift. Okay, what's the healing here for the viewer? Okay, thank you. A sacred well, replenish, self-care, giving from a place of plenty. Absolutely. For you, this is all about your rejuvenation, you not being exhausted or putting on any kind of mask to say that you're okay when you're not okay. This is about needing to feel seen, heard, and understood. What about for the other person here? Metamorphosis, embrace transformation, things are now different. This person is absolutely going through transformation. They just don't, they might not have been able to express it just yet. Okay. What's the love energy surrounding the viewer and this person? I do feel like you've got the same fears. You've got the same fear of like not being as close, not spending as much time together, not being not being around each other as much. There's the same fear that's coming up, but it looks very different, and you're both going through very different things. We've got ownership and detachment. You acknowledge your mistakes and accomplishments alike and learn to love them as all as lessons. And detachment. You are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. So the detachment is like from both, like down the middle, is like what you would have done in the past and kind of shut down and put boundaries in place that were shut down boundaries, like not wanting to, feeling too vulnerable to express, not feeling safe enough emotionally to express. That is dissolving. That dissolves with honest communication and considerate, careful, compassionate communication. Not careful in the way not to say something, not to say what you mean, but careful in the way that there's a listening element, like an openness and a listening element here. That feels for you. Okay, what about this other person? What's happening in their love learning? What's happening with the other person here? Patience. You are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. Okay. Transformation again for this person. And release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. This person is holding on very tightly, taking on load. Like it's almost like they've taken on loads, but they haven't released anything, which is putting them in a state of stress, which is coming out on you. It's like somebody's got a new job, taken on way too much, and you've got, there's things happening for you that is impacted the relationship in a very tense way. But there's like an inconsiderate vibe happening, and I don't feel this person is doing it on purpose. I feel like they've taken on more than they can chew, and they don't quite know how to settle back down again. So their kind of love learning at the moment is patience and release. They do seem to be going very quickly with this expansive energy. It's like they're worried that they're if they're going to miss their ship, they're going to miss their opportunity. They won't, because something feels very, very purposeful for them. Okay, what about the connective energy? What's happening in the connective energy for both people? Acceptance. Yeah, okay. Because you're going through different things, it's almost very difficult to accept. It's like the order is to understand and then accept. I think for both of you, for the communication to be as effective and for you to understand each other's point of view, it's accepting that things are the way they are at the moment and then communicating and then understanding. The acceptance of things not being great or being different to how they were is important first before anything else can be seen and understood by either of you. You are ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. So it's like you've both been on the same kind of uh like the same rhythm, and now all of a sudden your rhythms are different. I can't do it because I can't do it odd, but the rhythms are different, and it's like if you had that in music, if you had somebody playing one particular rhythm and then somebody else playing in a different rhythm or in a different kind of like bar sequence or note sequence or different something that clashed, it would sound not very pleasant. That's what's happening between you two at the moment. But it's like both things can exist simultaneously without the other being thrown off. That's why the tension has been happening. Okay, let's get some advice for you, viewer, on moving through, because it's a deep connection, and I feel there's a deep respect and a deep love and appreciation and admiration for each other. It's just something's gone off. It's just gone off, like off rhythm. Okay, the rainbow and the staff. Okay, So there's a completion here for you, but this is also your time to connect deeper to self, deeper to spirit, to take charge of things in your own life. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to create more space in your life and for you to find your own leadership role somewhere. This is an opportunity for you to step into your. It's like stepping into a leadership role, an authoritative role. But this feels really good for you. And we've got the Jaguar, the Blade, and many paths. This really is about moving in truth, deeply moving in truth and moving in truth no matter what happens. With the Jaguar, it's the energy of, so there's a solo energy here. It's moving in day and in night, being able to navigate both day and night. This is about the power that you have as one, because it's like we have to realize our power as one before we can bring that power into a relationship, into a connection, into the workplace, into like fully into our family situation, however, whatever this type of relationship is, the nature of this relationship. This is discovering actually truly what you want, and then coming back with your own truth. But speak your truth if you're unsure. If you're unsure how you feel, then say that. Say that you're unsure about how you're feeling at the moment. You're unsure what you want. That's how you move through together, is through this honest communication. And we've got many paths. And there's a lot of different ways that you can be going about life right now. There's a lot of different ways, opportunities, there's a lot of different decisions you can make, paths you can take. But ultimately they lead to the same thing, and that is your spiritual journey, that is spirit, that is your personal pathway. And whatever decision you make, however this plays out, you will not be taken away from where you're meant to go. It's just the awareness, it's your own awareness on your own transformation and this person's awareness, because I don't feel like they've got true grasp or understanding of what actually is happening for them at the moment, which makes communication difficult. It's like you're shut down before it's even started. But there's many paths to take and they all lead to the same place. And that's always the truth of the situation. Okay. It's definitely all about communication for you both. Honest communication and realizing that it doesn't have to look the same. If this person is saying all of a sudden they've got excited and they're saying they've got excited about life because they've just started this new project and they feel very invigorated and like lively about it, and then they're saying to you, well, why don't you find something, you should find something, you should do this too, and they're kind of pushing it on you. But actually at the moment you need to be in your own bubble and be in your own self-care routine and be in your spiritual pathway, because you have a very strong spiritual pathway here. And it's like you're diving deep into that, your own wisdom, your intuition, your awareness. And this person wants you to take action, and actually you don't want to take action. You want to be in you're in your being and they're in their doing. They're very different. They're non-comparable. Okay, let's get some advice around this connection. What's the advice for the viewer around this connection? White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. Oops. Stag Spirit, take the lead. We had the Staff earlier as well. So this really is about you taking the lead in your own life. Like, don't wait for somebody to, don't wait to check that other people are okay. It doesn't mean that they're not okay. It just means don't feel like you have to hold yourself back in any way to take your steps forward. So I do feel like there's a lot of fortune, a lot of excitement for you as well, but it's just not the time is not now for you. It's time for them to do that, not to be pushed into something that you don't want to do too early or too soon or before you're ready, and take the lead in what you need right now. But this fortune is in your energy field right now, and it's available when you're ready. But while you're in this divine feminine, you might want to stay in that energy. You might want to stay in this high priestess energy, in this sacred well energy, this self-care, this rejuvenation energy, before you're ready to step forward. Because this person might want to go out and you might want to stay in. Whoops. And you know it, and that could be causing distance. Like this person could be saying you never come out anymore, you don't do anything, and that could be making, I feel like that's making you feel really bad, or like judged, or like you're not doing what you should be doing. But follow your instincts. You're on a different path at the moment, but you're not used to being on a different pathway. It's like having a bestie, and all of a sudden that person, somebody else, that the other person wants to stay at home, and just and do nothing, and that is perfectly perfect for that person. But it's just very different behavior. And because it's both happening at the same time, it's like, oh, what's going on? It feels like that's why it's feeling like a roller coaster. And we've got Owl. You see clearly now. You will get clarity over this. I feel like it's when you've had some time to rest. Let's get one more for the other person. What would help the other person move forward right now, especially when it comes to this communication? What would help the other person here? Just so that we've put this out into the universe as well. Okay. Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. So this is somebody who is taking courageous steps forward, who is being very strong, but who also needs to be generous of the generous of the communication that they're giving, because that's what we are spirit for. It's somebody who's learning how to walk their own path and be their own leader and be in their own energy without shutting other people out, or without feeling like they can't communicate, without feeling detached or shut down, or feeling in any way isolated, because that is what this person is also afraid of. Okay, Aries, I hope that this has helped with some relationship challenges that are coming up in your relationship, or this will be in a relationship in particular. For you, it's a lot of self-care. So I feel like Spirit's encouraging you and saying to you to have some time where you can be in your self-care, in your pamper, what I call my pamper bubble. So take some time out for that, and communication is key in this connection, and to move forward and to dissolve any tension or any challenges that are coming up between you, and for you individually as well. And so I hope it's helped and given you some clarity and some insight and the messages from Spirit today. Thank you for watching the reading with me as always, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.